Hello, what is up guys? Evil Duos here today, back with another Black Desert video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Tier 5 pet system in Black Desert, going over how to get the Tier 5 pets, what materials you need, how to get those materials, which one's the best to pick, all those different questions flowing in your mind right now. We'll hopefully have an answer here. Quickly before we get into it though, you are going to need a Tier 4 pet in order for this to work. So you need to have a Tier 4 pet, you also need to be level 60, so you got to have that too, and you also we'll need about 1 billion silver if you intend to just buy everything off the marketplace or from different vendors. A little bit less than that if you're just going to buy the minimum requirements. Of course, that pricing fluctuates based on the market, and Evil Duos is not a certified market advisor. I can't tell you how to spend your money. All investments incur some level of risk, and I'm not really the person to get that from. But what I can give you is a ton of different guides to Black Desert. So if you are new to Black Desert, been watching videos on my channel, please consider subscribing. I got a ton of guides. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. And let's start off with getting the quest to get started with this thing. So, first things first, like I said, you're going to need to be level 60. I believe you also need to make sure you have life quest showing, which is available on the quest menu, so that's the O key on the keyboard. So make sure you have life quest showing. This is what life quest showing looks like. It'll be yellow. Talk to your Black Spirit by opening up your Black Spirit. Head on over to the quest tab. And within the suggested tab of the quest tab, you're going to see a quest called Pet Domesticated Squabbles. So go ahead and accept that quest, and it'll show up on your quest menu over here on the right, so you can see it right next to my horse. This quest is going to take you to the village here of Old Wisdom Tree. If you don't know where this is on the map, it is in the Camisylvia region, right over here next to Grana. This is where you need to head, so relative to like Calpheon, just straight shot down. There you're going to meet the little owl man standing right here, and he will give you the next portion of this quest. So if you talk to them, click on the quest tab. Pet Who Will Take the Lead is the next quest you need to take. Once you get this quest, if you right-click the quest marker here, it will take you to the location you need to go, but you're basically going to fight another Ahib Griffin, so make sure you've got some combat gear on and don't run out there in your life skill gear. And you can see if you right-click the quest, it puts a waypoint out in the distance, like you can physically see the waypoint in the middle of my screen. So head out there and defeat the boss. And to actually summon the boss, once you get to the area, open up your inventory and right-click the Griffin Bait item. This will spawn the boss, so that's your boss scroll to bring out the boss. Also, watch out for this leopard right here. It'll mess you up if you're a newer player. So try and like kite the boss away from it and run this way. Now, after you've done that, return back over to this dude, talk to him, the little owl man, and he will give you the next portion of the quest. So hit on quest again, Pet Becoming the Alpha. Back out of dialogue with the NPC and then go back into the dialogue and you will see a new thing called Tier 5 Pet Training here in the bottom right. Now, after you've accessed that menu the first time, back out of the menu and go ahead and talk to the NPC again, and it will complete the next portion of the quest. You can then access the Tier 5 Pet Training menu here with no other restrictions. So the menu is pretty intuitive on its own. You have your Tier 4 pets on the left, as well as the combination in the middle of the screen. The item you need to complete the upgrade is a Royal Plume, which uses 3 ingredients. The first are magical shards, next growth reagents, and finally fine lightweight plumes. These all have a few different ways to get. And I'm going to run through all those different options for you right now, so I'll break it up into chapters and you can pick whichever one you need. And we're going to start off with the fine lightweight plumes because we are at the initial starting point of this, and then we'll go through all the different ways to get all the different stuff. So anyway, yeah, fine lightweight plume. As soon as you exit out of your talk with this guy, if you look like directly behind him, you'll see all of the little chicken things. So all these little chicken guys out here. And if you kill those chicken guys, and then have a tanning knife in your inventory, you will be able to tan the chickens after you've killed them. So they're going to drop some different things, but hopefully one of these drops the item that I need. Now, like any good cooking show, I went ahead and farmed up a bunch of these, so I've got 12 more of these lightweight plumes in my inventory, which you then need to turn into the fine lightweight plumes. To do that, you're going to press the L key on the keyboard, go to the filtering tab, and click on the lightweight plumes. You need 10 of them per craft, so you'll just go ahead and hit the processing button, and eventually you will craft the fine lightweight plume, just like that. Now again, we need 800 of those, and you probably don't want to sit here all day tanning chickens, so the option number 2 for picking these up is just to buy it off the central marketplace. If you just type in fine lightweight into the market here, you can see that there's 23,000-ish in stock here on my server, so you could just buy them here, which I'm going to do right now. I guess I actually only need 797. And also, fun fact, right here at Old Wisdom Tree, there's a central marketplace vendor, so you can actually pick up your stuff by going to the storage keeper and then going to storage, hitting warehouse, and then bringing it over. Now there's one more option to get these items, and they require you to travel to Calpheon, which we're going to have to do anyway, so might as well head on down there. And the NPC you're looking for in Calpheon is Madame Leviante, who's going to be located over here. You probably remember her from one of the story quests, so I'll meet you over there. So we're here in Calpheon. We're up on like the 3rd level here inside of this green building. This is one of the quests we do in the leveling guide. We have to talk to this NPC, and I guess I had the wrong name. It's Levianta Batchian, not Madame Leviantia. I was close. If you talk to them, click on the shop option. They sell fine, lightweight plumes for 72,000 silver. So if your market price is below 72,000 and you can buy them, then buy them from the market. If it's above 72,000, you can buy them here depending on your region. Fine lightweight feathers, or fine lightweight plumes rather, right here. So those are the 3 different ways to get the fine lightweight plumes. Now let's take a look at the black magic crystals. And if you've done the Jatina questline, you already know that there's a bunch of different ways to get these, because you can pretty much farm any Valencia region to your heart's content. You're gonna have to grind at these different places if you want to pick those up. Again, also, with the Jatina quest starting to die down and a lot less people doing it, you can actually buy black magic crystals, at least on the NA region of the game, off the central market pretty relatively easily. And they're even decently cheap. Now you're going to need 40 of these in order to complete this portion of the quest, which is going to set me back 70 million on my server. But again, if you want to, you can grind for these yourself. You don't have to spend that 70 million. Now once you have those bought, go ahead to the central marketplace vendor here in Calpheon, and you can go ahead and put them into your inventory, then press the L key on the keyboard, go to the heating option, and right click on the crystal to put it into your inventory. If you're smart, you will have bought 40 of the same one, because then you can hit process all identical items and hit start, and then hit yes, and your character will now run through all 40 of those in your inventory. So now we just wait again. So now that that's done, you'll have the 40 plus magical shards in your inventory, and we can now do the final thing we need to do, and that is find an Old Moon Guild person. So if you type in Old Moon into the Find NPC function here, and we are looking for the option that is Old Moon Manager. So this guy right here. Go ahead and click on that, and it'll place a waypoint on your map to that NPC. And before you go there, make sure you have 600 million silver, because this is a stupid amount of money. So if your money's in your storage, before you leave the storage, go and pick that up. And when you arrive at the Old Moon Manager for your region, which again, the one in Calpheon is out here. The other one that I know off the top of my head is in Heidel, and it's in the bar up here. But when you arrive at that NPC, go ahead and talk to them. Click on the Old Moon Shop option. You're going to see the growth reagents. If you remember from a minute ago, we need 10 of these. They're 60 million apiece. You have no option. You gotta spend the 600 million silver. So make sure you only buy 10, and not too many, because they sell back way less money. So make sure you get exactly 10 of these. And once you have those, we now have everything we need in our inventory. So we've got the 800 plumes, 40 magical shards, and the 10 growth reagents. So we can head on back up to Old Wisdom Tree. So I'll meet you back over there. Alright, so we're back here in Old Wisdom Tree, and in order to make the feather, we need to press the L key on the keyboard to open up the processing menu, and within the processing menu, we need to click the Simple Alchemy option, and we need to add in the 800 lightweight plumes, the 40 mystical shards, and the 10 growth reagents. Click the Start button, and your character will make the feather, so you just gotta wait. How's the weather? How are your classes going? Oh no, it's summer, right, there's no class. Hey, we're done. So now we're gonna get into the big question of the video. What pet do you make your tier 4 pet? So some general rules here. In order to actually upgrade the pet, they needs to be checked in, so check in all your pets from now. But then deciding which pet to tier 5. The only thing that's really going to adjust on these pets is this final skill on the menu here, and these are going to increment up by 1 level. Okay, so look at your tier 4 pets that you have and see which skill you want to improve. Things like the gathering drop rate on the hedgehog, or the auto fishing time on the polar bear, the whatever this thing is pet, those do not increment. They will not increase. So like if you're thinking you're going to get more drop rate out of your hedgehog pet or something, it does not work that way. You're only going to get 1% additional life EXP. So something like the polar bear, the weight will increment up. If you have the Garmoth pet, you could increase the HP bonus from that. The fox pet gives you a percentage drop rate increase by a singular point. So if you want any of those different bonuses, you might want to consider upgrading those pets. But again, think about what you would want most. Whatever one of these final skills you want buffed up the highest. So to get started with the actual upgrade, go ahead and talk to Owie Bellin, hit the tier 5 pet training option. I'm going to select my hedgehog pet, and you can see the buffs that you're going to get. So it's going to increase the life EXP up to 5% from 4%. Again, like I said, anything else is going to increase by 1%, except for the knowledge gains, because I think they jump in different increments. But anyway, yeah, just a small bonus there, but the big bonus is this 15% loot cooldown for all active pets. But anyway, all you gotta do once you have the pet decided is hit the train tier 5 pet, hit the yes button here. It's just telling you a whole bunch of stuff on how it works, which I'll show you how to do here in a second. And boom, you now have your tier 5 pet. So now if you open up your pet list on the corner tab up here, scroll down the list until you get to the tier 5 pet, go ahead and select the Make Alpha option to make it your alpha pet, because the tier 5 pet doesn't do anything until it's an alpha pet. And go ahead and take it out, and we can start looking at some stuff here. So first thing that I want to show, actually, is the impact on drop rate. So if I go ahead and check this pet in and take out my tier 4 Hajun pet here, look at its drop rate, pick up loot rate, it's 2.75 every 2.75 seconds. When I take out the tier 5 pet here and look at its drop rate now, it drops down to 2.37 seconds. So it's a 15% reduction in the total amount of time it takes to loot for these different pets. For the dragon pet, down to 2.37. Again, that percentage EXP has been buffed up to 5%. And those are pretty much the main benefits there. So you're paying about 700, 800 million silver for a reduction of 15% in the amount of time it takes your pets to loot. So if you're at a place where you're over clearing things like Tidium Valley, Polly's Forest, Desert Nagas, Desert Fogans, I know that those are the same thing in there, but whatever, you get what I'm saying. If you're at a place where you clear very quickly, it is a good investment to go for. If you're at a spot where you're not really handicapped too much by the drop cooldown percentage there, then might not be entirely worth it unless you do something like the Desert Fox for like a 1% drop rate increase. So one more thing about this percent reduction, it is a reduction off of some base value. It is not a reduction based on your current pet selection. What do I mean by that? If I open up my pet menu again here, right, and let's check in these pets here. So let's take out the tier 4 pet, right? This guy, regular tier 4 pet, and I look at its loot chance, 2.75 seconds, right? And like we already showed, when I put on this pet, the tier 5 alpha, the value goes down to 2.37. That's a 0.38 second reduction. Okay. So then we check in the little tier 5 pet and change this pet up to the high speed for looting. It's now sitting at 2.25 seconds. If I then pop back out my tier 5 alpha pet, this drops down to 1.87 seconds, and if you're fast with the math, that's 0.38 seconds. So this 15% is regardless of the setting that you have selected for the speed of your pets. If you're using a tier 4 pet, it's going to give you 0.38 second reduction per pet. Okay, Levi, so what does that mean for a normal person? Basically nothing. But for those of you that are big on that min-maxing and seeing what you're actually getting, if you take a pet that's set to the fastest speed setting and apply it, and you're hitting every single loot every single time that pet is off cooldown, you're actually going to get a 20% increase in the amount of stuff that you can gather, or the potential loots per minute that you can achieve, as opposed to the advertised 15%. Whereas if you run it at the slowest speed, you're only going to get a 16% improvement. Written another way, because it is a flat reduction of 0.38 seconds, you're actually getting 2.2% more of a time reduction because it's a flat 0.38 instead of a 15% reduction. Again, this is only applying to tier 4 pets. But basically, this is a lot of math to say, just do what you're already doing anyway when you're grinding, which is having your pets set to the fastest speed. It's just kind of interesting the way the math works out, that you get more of a benefit the faster you make your pets go, as opposed to being a flat 15% like it says in the tooltip. And now I just finished editing that part, and I'm like, oh wait, Billy's gonna comment in the comment section, bro, it's because you're lowering the amount of time, so that's why the percentage goes up more, you stupid dum-dum. I just want to clarify that is why I have the second portion here showing straight time from time. You are getting an additional 2% increase by looting at the fastest speed, as opposed to a 1.37% decrease if you loot at the slowest speed. So that's what this whole second box is for, is because Billy's going to comment in the comment section saying that, of course, if you go faster, you're going to get more. That's why I made sure to do it. And again, the point being made is that it's a 15% reduction. So you'd expect that 15% reduction to be the same across the board, but it's not. Okay, Billy, you good? You going to get mad still? But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. So if you found it useful, it's going to help you here in Black Desert, do let me know in the comment section below. Also, once again, if you're not subscribed already, please consider it. It helps to grow my channel. You stay up to date with new content. I got tons of Black Desert videos. Yeah, so feel free to check all those out. Also, I stream every single weekend, Saturday and Sunday at Twitch. Twitch.tv/evildousharm. You'll see the same logo. It's me, I promise. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you at the next YouTube video, the next Twitch live stream, or wherever I happen to see you. Dice.